Hello friend, welcome back to Toyota Maintenance YouTube channel. I have in shop today 2005 Corolla. It came for different services and one of them is engine oil and filter change. This is 1ZZFE, right, the model. So if you want to see how simple it is to change engine oil on this, stay with me in this video. I begin this whole process with slightly pulling the dipstick and loosening this filler cap and leaving it sitting in the place. That will help the oil flow faster out of the engine. After that, I will need to get underneath the car, so I will lift it up. Toyota is up in the air, so I can show you the location of the drain plug. Somebody put that yellow goo on it, right? So it's an engine oil pan with the drain plug, and the filter is conveniently located very close. I'm going to get my oil catching pan and let's start draining the old oil. Now all of you remember, right, that Toyota is using 14mm drain bolt, right? So I have 14mm socket. In contrary, for example, with Subaru, right, which is using 17mm. You can see those repairs on my other YouTube channel, which is called Auto Resource, if you own the Subaru. So I will be not in your way. I will use the left hand so you can see that drain plug, right, coming out with its gasket. You can see immediately it's a silver gasket, so it's not original Toyota, because Toyota is blue, right? But we also saw that filter wasn't original. So here you can see nicely flowing it out. And hopefully you can see detail here of that reusable, it's kind of aluminum, right? Reusable crusher, washer. Some people can reuse it a few times, some people will say no, you have to replace it all the time, right? The opinions vary on this. And while it's running out, let's see if the previous mechanic did the job right and didn't over-tight that filter. So I should be able, using just hand, right, and get it loose and get it going. Oh my God. You can either call me getting weak, but this puppy doesn't want to give up. Ow! When it's tight like that, right, you can help yourself with the Toyota filter wrench. I will not use it to tighten it, but I can help myself with releasing it. So let's see if it will grab this aftermarket filter, and it should. Yep, and it's very slowly moving, and that was really over tightened. That's amazing. Now when I have it carefully loose, I will show you. I don't want to avoid making mess, so I'm not loosening it completely. Having that wrench there, I have my kitchen pan ready, and I will just twist that filter a few times, and it will allow the oil which is in it to flow out. So watch that. And hop, and it started draining too. And you avoid making mess, right, if you let it drip for a few minutes like this. After that oil from the filter stopped dripping, I can remove it. See that, right? There is the oil inside, and that helps me, right? A little weight helped me to avoid making a mess. I will try to move the camcorder for you and show you actual mount, right? This is the area where it's the mounting point for that new engine oil filter. So I will clean that with the rags and I will be able to continue. I have perfectly cleaned that area. I have a new oil filter and I will put a little bit of oil, right? Clean oil on this rubber gasket right here, and I'm ready to screw that filter in using hand only, right? as we discussed just seconds ago, I will be not using any wrench to tighten it. Just feel the thread, and now nicely and snug I will tighten it by the hand only. I guarantee you the filter will not fall off. I'm ready to reinstall this drain plug, right? Ideally you put a new gasket on it, that crusher washer, right? And I'm using small ratchet only to feel that plug and not to over tight and possibly strip the thread in that oil pan. So I'm careful. You can also use a torque wrench, and that will be 40 Newton meters. Now I can finally finish wiping off everything so it's super clean, right? I have no way of any drips later in customers' driveway or something. I want to have it perfect. And I'm ready to lower this Corolla. So we have everything underneath the car perfectly done. We are back up here. You guys love this funnel, right? Which nicely screws, fits in that Toyota thread and completely eliminates any possible spills. So this is perfect. We already know, right? We don't have to even remember. It's just clearly right here, 5W30 conventional oil. So I'm going to grab that. Now, how much we need? The owner's manual says that this 1ZZFE takes, in this car, in this year, 4 US quarts. So let's go and pour that in the engine. And today I'm using this one, Premium Performance. It's actually synthetic blend that should work just perfectly for this engine. Napa had a couple months ago special on it. It was very good price. It seems to be really good oil. And you can pour the oil, and the funnel it's screwed on, right? So it can rest here, and the rest of the oil from the can easily keep dripping. So this is wonderful. And when you pour 4 quarts in this engine, which requires 4 quarts, you should be on the dipstick, right? Which helps us to measure everything. You should be slightly above the top mark, excuse me. You see there are 2 marks, right? These points. It's a top, that's a bottom. And as I said, I'm slightly above that top mark. Which is perfect, because when I will start up the engine a little bit later, and then it will sit, the level will go very slightly down. So I can remove this funnel, right? I am able to put this plug back, and I'm ready to start up the engine. And when I will be starting up the engine, I will be observing that engine oil pressure light, the red light we know, right? Let's see where we have it. So it is right there on the right side, and when the engine starts up, it needs to go off pretty soon, in like 1 or 2 seconds. So let's see. Excellent, that was like half second. That's perfect. That means we have a pressure in the engine, everything's fine. And what is good habit, always come up here, right, and check that we don't have any oil leaks here or underneath the engine. I will let it run for approximately 1 minute, and after that I will shut it off. And if you wait at least 5 minutes, you can use this dipstick again to recheck the level, right? If those 4 quarts were enough, and engine oil level it's at very top. And that was another easy service, this time on 2005 Corolla, right? Please make sure you are subscribed, because rumor says, the little bird told me, I'm going to do a valve cover gasket on this 1ZZFE motor, right? And I might have a time to film it for you. So thanks for watching today, and have a great day, my friend.